What do you like so much about Korea that you've chosen to continue to stay here? What would make you want to leave Korea?
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Sean Pablo. Welcome to my channel. I'm from the US and I've been in Korea for 8.5 years now. Wow.
Hi there, I'm Anna and I'm from Portugal. I've been in South Korea for almost 10 years now.
Hello, my name is Sarah. I'm from the USA, New York specifically. This is my 12th year now. My 12th year in Korea.
Hey, my name is Sean. I'm from the United States and I'm 23 years old. I've been here about 2.5 years so far.
Hi, I'm George and I'm from the UK. I've lived here for about 7 years.
So what originally brought you to Korea?
It's a bit complicated, but I was married at the time due to my religion. My then husband is Korean, so that's why, I came here.
Originally, I came here as an English teacher and I lived and taught English for 1 year in a city called Chungju in Chungcheongbuk-do. During that time, I started learning Korean and I originally planned to go back to the United States after 1 year, but I wanted to continue to learn Korean. So I came to Seoul and I went to Seogang University, the language school, to learn more Korean, and eventually I started a YouTube channel and here we are today.
I wanted to, explore other cultures, Korea, Japan, and on top of that I was very interested in technology, medicine. I wanted to join those two dreams and I ended up coming here and studying in the field of science, biomedical engineering, because it's pretty good to do research here and study.
I'm an athlete, I'm a fencer. I came here to train 5 years ago and when I came here 5 years ago I really appreciated the culture, the people. I was kind of moved and mesmerized by something like this new experience that I've had for the first time in my life. So from then on I decided to learn Korean.
Originally I just came here for a gap year and I thought it would just be a year. And then that turned into 2 years and then that turned into 4 years. And here I am 7 years later.
What do you like so much about Korea that you've chosen to continue to stay here?
I don't think in America they have that concept of 챙겨준다, like taking care of other people, not even just your family, other friends inside your circle or your relationships. When your friends meet you, oh, you look so tired, what's going on? Oh, if you have any time, 고기 사줄게. Your friends feel more like your family here.
I just have such an amazing community here. I have so many friends here, business connections. As you know, I'm running a YouTube channel and many of my subscribers are from and live in South Korea. My girlfriend is from and lives here. It's funny because I came to South Korea almost immediately after graduating from university in the United States. And so I don't really know how to live life as an adult in the US. I would have to learn all of that again if I went back to the US.
I really like the fact that sometimes when I can just go to a coffee shop and just leave all my stuff on the table, go to the bathroom, come back and everything's still there. If I ever got sick or if I ever got into an accident, it's very, very affordable to get medical care. In the States, it's so expensive.
In my case, I found that the academic field here is quite good. And when it comes to that, I have found that I've had good opportunities. I have found that funding has been good as well. I have been able to travel more than if I were to, for example, stay in Europe for conferences and such.
I think the people are very friendly. I feel very welcomed whenever I'm here. I think it's very safe. I never fear for my life when I'm walking down a dark alleyway in the middle of the night, or I don't think I'm going to get robbed, which is nice.
Do you feel that way where you're from in the UK?
Yeah, maybe in some parts of London if I've been going out for late at night and I'm on my own.
What would make you want to leave Korea?
Housing price I would say, is quite expensive. It's not very easy to find a good place for a reasonable price. I would also say that the fact that Korea is still a rather homogeneous kind of culture contributes to that a little bit. We don't have as much freedom, so you would have to work very, very, very hard for a specific type of visa, even if you've been here many years. A lot of people really love Korean food. In my opinion, I don't really match well with it, so that's one aspect of it.
Perhaps just the pollution sometimes, if I were to have kids here, would perhaps concern me.
Honestly, I never really had the thought to leave, actually. If I really had to go, I would say maybe like if things with North Korea got really, really intense. I think that would probably be the only reason why I would leave, like a possible war. First, I would of course think of my daughter, and her safety. So if they're asking Americans to evacuate, I would want to take my daughter and my partner with me to the States. That's the only thing I can think about.
A lot of pressure to conform, a lot of pressure to compete as well. You know, it's a small country, a lot of people, not many positions and maybe companies. I know especially because I fence here as an athlete, it's kind of hard to adjust to that, you know, mindset of competition. Like maybe when you're signing up for classes in school, they'll have everyone like connect to the server at the same time. You probably have a 25% chance of getting all the classes that you want because there's so many people trying to do it at the same time. It feels like a useless competition, you know, and I think that kind of puts a lot of mental stress on you when you're living here for the long term.
I might want to spend more time with my parents, particularly as time goes by. It sounds quite morbid, but as time goes by, you know, they won't have as much time left. So I'd probably want to be in the UK, you know, at that time, I imagine. So like in the last like 10 years or something. So yeah, I think it would have to be to do with family.
시간 있을 때 뭐 하는 걸 좋아하세요?
요즘에 시간 있을 때 게임 많이 해요. 예를 들어서 그 스위치 게임, 그 스카이림 그런 거 많이 해요. 근데 가끔씩 시간이 될 때 뭐 영화도 보고 넷플릭스 여러 가지 리얼리티 쇼 그런 거 많이 보고 뭐 그림 그리는 거 그것도 많이 하고.
저 시간 있을 때 보드게임 하는 게 좋아해요. 보드게임 오타쿠거든요. 그래서 친구들이랑 같이 보드게임 하고 그리고 저 최근에 한국어판도 사서 이제 그런 보드게임 통해서 이제 한국어 실력 향상시키려고 하는 거예요.
시간 있을 때는 운동하는 것도 좋아하고 친구들과 온라인 컴퓨터 게임 하는 것도 좋아하고 당연히 주말에 여자친구랑 뭐 맛집에 먹으러 가는 것도 좋아하는데 솔직히 요즘 뭐 하고 싶은 일이 너무 많아가지고 요즘 쉬는 시간이 그렇게 많지는 않으니까 이거 답하기 좀 어렵네요.
요즘에 카페 가는 게 진짜 좋아해요. 시그니처 커피 아니면 시그니처 음료 시키고 거기서 먹고 진짜 좋아요.
뭐 요즘 시간이 없는 것 같아. 생각해보니까 시간이 많이 없는 것 같고 근데 굳이 말하자면 뭐 아까 얘기했듯이 친구랑 만나서 간단하게 소박하게 소주 한 잔 한다든지.
Favorite Korean slang?
Favorite Korean slang. 킹 받는다. 킹 받아.
Favorite Korean food?
대창인 것 같아요.
Favorite place to hang out?
There's like an island called Nodersam. The view is nice. There's cafes, a lot of stuff to do, and there's not many people.
Favorite Korean celebrity?
One is Hwang Jung-min, and the other is Im Chang-jung. If I'm in a bad mood, I'll watch their movies and I'll be able to laugh a little.
My favorite Korean slang these days is 똥 강아지. I think it's so funny, it's so cute. Favorite Korean food, there's so many. I think I always love to eat 조개구이 next to the beach in Busan, in Gwangalli. I have a favorite restaurant there. It's just wonderful. Favorite place to hang out? Honestly, I gotta say the Han River. It's really fun to go there, bring some board games, get some beer, you know, order a pizza, order some chicken on a nice summer day. Favorite Korean celebrity? I really like Choi Min-sik. I saw the movie 악마를 보았다, and I'm just blown away by his acting. I know him from Old Boy and from other movies like 신세계. He's just such an incredible actor.
I like Cole. Cole is very simple to the point. Like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds great. Call. Summertime, I really love naengmyeon. In winter, I really like hotdog. These days at home, you can see here I have a home bar all set up. I don't really need to go anywhere. Oh, actually, I like Park Na-rae. She's a comedian. She's pretty funny. She's got a couple specials on Netflix.
I like Leeds 시절, like your golden years, because it relates to Leeds Football Club, which is really odd, but also very interesting because there was a player called Alan Smith and he had his golden years at Leeds Football Club. So now when Koreans talk about their golden years, they say Leeds 시절. I said this before, but I really like the broth in Korea, so probably gamjatang, somewhere near the Han River, just to have chicken and beer. I really like Kim Kwang-seok, the folk singer. He's just a legend, yeah.
My favorite Korean slang is actually, it's not necessarily a slang, so I say 딱 맞아. For some reason I really like how it sounds. It makes a lot of sense for a lot of situations. There's not much, but if I were to point one, I would say 설렁탕. I actually really like Hongdae. I really enjoy hanging out in Hongdae. Kim Jae-jung, he was like my favorite idol. You know, from 동방시기? I know it's so old, but if you're seeing this Jae-jung, I went to your concert in Barcelona and I said hi to you. You did this to me, so we're good. Yeah, he's my friend. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, see ya.
It's been a pleasure.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, I'm Sean Pablo. I hope you enjoyed this video. Also, if you're interested in me and my channel and you want to get updates if I do anything exciting, definitely sign up for my email list. I'll link it down below. Whenever I do anything exciting, an event, a class, some kind of new project, I will let you know, I will email you. So if you're interested, follow me, join my email list. Again, it's down below. All right, everyone, thanks again for watching and see you in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sean. So we're in the streets of Hongdae today, and we're gonna find some foreigners here that are either working, traveling, or studying here, and we're going to give them a Konglish quiz. See if they know the meaning, have them guess what they think it means. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. Also, if you're currently studying English, I highly recommend you join my channel membership. All right then, let's begin. Let's do it. Hey guys, where are you from?
We're from the Netherlands.
What are you doing in Korea?
We're here for an exchange program.
Cool.
Yeah, studying.
We're students.
Oh, did you come over together?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we're just
Okay,
best.
you're best friends. Okay. We're gonna do a little Konglish test. Yeah, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Yeah, I'll just throw you the word. You just guess what you think it means in English. And if it's super hard, I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
This one's super easy. I'm sure you heard this before. One shot.
One ton?
One shot.
One shot. I mean, it reminds me of golf. You know, when it's like a hole in one.
One shot.
Yeah, like a hole in one. I like how you said it's easy and we're just like
easier,
so
we're like,
far
no.
away.
Well, I assumed because you guys look young, so I thought maybe you hang out with your friends and you.
I don't
Yeah.
have friends.
You don't have friends. Okay.
I'm joking.
No, I just haven't heard it, I think.
It has to do with drinking.
Okay, so that's basically just to chug something.
Like in
That
one
would be
shot.
for me.
Just
Yeah.
Shot.
finish it.
Bottoms up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chug it.
chug it.
Hochikis.
Okay, so the second one to me obviously sounds like a kiss, like
Goodbye kiss? Or like... No?
I think you'll never get this
it's
one.
the
Oh,
hoochie
get it.
part that's getting me.
It sounds cute. Like, I feel
It sounds like
something
okay.
cute.
So do you know those like chocolate sweets that are like called like what are they called like
Kisses.
Hershey kiss.
Yeah, that's what they kind of sounds like.
No relation.
No.
Cool.
Completely
That's
different.
interesting.
Not a food, not anything sweet, nothing, no love.
No love involved.
This is a tool. We use
It's a
this.
screwdriver.
That's closer. You're not gonna get it. It's a stapler.
I was just gonna say.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sail. Sail.
Sailing. On a boat.
I mean, you could go sailing on a boat, sailing as in, like in a shop. It's like it's on sale.
It's on sale.
Sail.
I'd say boat.
Sailing in a boat.
How you like at a convenience store and stuff get like your 1+1s or
She's
something.
got it. Discount. Oh, you're on fire.
Yeah.
Korea woman.
Listen, it would be too easy if it's just like playing a Korean woman, right?
Right?
It'd
Not
be too
Korean
easy.
woman.
Because that's like
Korea woman.
Career woman. So she's like a girl boss.
I would go with
I
that.
got it. Girl boss.
Girl boss.
You didn't get any, and then now you got the hardest.
I
Well,
got
not the
the
hardest one, but
difficult.
Yeah.
the last one.
The last one. That's important. Last best.
What do you think about Konglish words?
I mean, they kind of throw you for a loop sometimes.
And you know,
It makes sense.
The meaning, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yes, afterwards.
Yeah. How are you enjoying Korea?
Oh, I'm having
love it.
the time of my life.
Yeah.
It's
Great.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's
it's
so
awesome.
much fun.
Yeah. Every day you can go somewhere and see something. And, like,
Yeah.
There's always things open, and like we're not really used to
Yeah.
that. So.
What do you mean?
So in the Netherlands, things close like early. Or
At like
something.
5 o'clock, everything's closed.
Everything's
you can go
closed.
home. You're
and then
done.
here, like, there's always something to do, people out and fun.
Sure.
And the food is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm here for the food.
Here for the food. Cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'll see you later, guys. Yeah. Bye. Hey, how's it going? Where are you from?
I'm doing good. I'm from Denmark. I'm just here studying, and yeah, I've been here for 3 months now.
How are you liking Korea?
Oh, I love it here, honestly. Like everything from like fashion, the fashion that they have here, and the architecture of like old traditional buildings
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And the food, of course. Like the food is just amazing.
Yeah.
I'm really gonna miss it
Yeah.
once I go back.
Why not come back?
Well, I'm gonna come back at some point.
No plans in the
No-
near future.
Not in the near future, because once I go back, I had to, finish my masters and all that stuff. So, and then there's work, and then
And then life happens, and then you have
Life
2 kids,
happens.
and then no, just kidding.
there you go, one, 2, 3, and
Yeah. And you're
gonna be busy.
50 years old. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 서비스.
One more time.
서비스. You're in the restaurant.
Yeah.
You just had a great meal.
Yeah.
The
it-
owner of the restaurant comes out and says, "Oh wow, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it."
Yeah.
서비스 for you.
Oh, I hope you had like a good time, or like
It's free of charge or on the house.
Oh,
here,
okay.
take this. It's service.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I've never heard that before, but
Yes. Let's do another easy one. Self.
super.
I'll give you a hint. You're also in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Is
it like self-help? Like you sort of like, for example, you can go and grab your like the little cups for like water and
That's
like
exactly
self-help?
it. Self-service. Yeah.
Self-service, yeah.
You got it. You
Nice.
are a smart guy. Okay.
Nice.
Sense.
Like, you know, you can like smell something, you can feel and touch and everything. It's not that kind
No.
of sense.
No.
Yeah.
This is a really tough one, so I'm going to give you a scenario.
Okay, yeah.
Oh no, it's going to rain later today. What are we going to do? Our house is going to get wet.
Oh yeah.
I left the windows open, and then you say to me, "Oh, don't worry. I looked up the weather and I closed the windows before we left."
Oh, okay.
Sense. Does that help?
No. Pass.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. It's like, wow, good call.
Oh, okay.
Nice going.
Nice going. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. Like,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah, cool,
I'm
right?
definitely gonna be using that from now on.
Yeah, you'll hear it. Gegemen.
Cake and then. It doesn't have anything to do with cake, right?
No cake. Not
No
cake.
cake.
Not Kickman.
Oh, cake man.
What's your favorite cake?
My grandma's banana cakes from back home.
Ooh,
They're
that
like
sounds
oof, they're good.
sounds good.
With like a little bit of like melted chocolate on top.
Oh, don't start.
Oh.
Gagman. Gagman.
Is it a term for certain types of men?
Comedian.
A comedian.
Gagman.
A gag. Oh yeah, because they're doing it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Interesting, right? Dochipe.
One more time.
Dochipe.
Term for Dutch people, or kind of like money under the table, or is it like
Just means splitting the bill half and half.
Oh,
Going
yeah.
Dutch.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually never heard that before.
Yeah, that expression. Well,
Yeah.
you just go half and half because I guess in Korean culture, traditionally one person will pay.
Yeah.
Then the next time you go out to eat, the next person will pay.
Yeah.
So it's like back and forth. That's more of like a taking care of your friend kind of.
Yeah.
Not being a selfish thing.
Yeah.
But Dutch pay is kind of a more modern thing.
Yeah.
Younger people do it, and Westerners, we do it a lot. One more?
Yes. Let's
All right.
go.
헬스장. 장 just means place.
Is it like a spa or like place where you can like take really good care of yourself?
Not really.
Not
like a
really?
spa. No.
Not like a spa.
No. But it is a place for health. 헬스 means health.
Yeah.
헬스장 is like health place.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What do you think that might mean?
Is it like one of those places where you can get like a bunch of like different products that you can like use for like taking good care of yourself, like
No.
masks and like no? Okay.
It means gym.
Oh, the gym. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay,
For the health. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, well that does make a
That
lot
also
of sense.
makes sense, right?
Yeah, it does.
What are your impressions of Konglish?
Like sound-wise, there's like it reminds a little bit of English, but also Korean.
Is there a lot of English and Danish these days?
Yeah,
The young kids mix a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Also, just my generation in general, a lot of people usually when they can't remember the term in Danish, they actually just use the English term, and people are just like, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying.
Your English is fantastic, by the way.
Thank you so much.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right.
No problem.
See you later. Bye. Hey, how's it going? Where are you from?
I'm from England.
Cool. How long have you been in Korea now?
Been in Korea for 3 weeks so far.
Cool. And you said you're staying in Hongdae?
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah. How are you finding Korea?
Absolutely love it, yeah.
You love
I've always
it?
wanted to come, so it's great to be here.
Okay, are you ready to guess some Konglish words?
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. Condition.
Condition, the health.
Oh,
the health condition, yeah.
Well done.
I've heard that one before.
Your
yeah.
3 weeks has been very
Yeah.
well spent.
Conditioning, yeah, I get
You
that a
studying
lot.
Korean while you're here, I guess?
You see, they tell me I always have bad conditioning, so
Oh, no.
always hungover.
Oh, no. Condition 안 좋아. 팬티.
Underwear,
How do you know all these? Open car.
open car, an
If you
open
think about this, you might be able to get it.
open car, like a car door.
No.
Open car, but cars leave, right?
No, car is car.
Car is car, so open car.
Not car. Car.
Car,
Yeah. Open car.
Oh.
When hint, it's a type of car.
type of car. So like a Hyundai. So
No.
like, sort of like that, no?
Convertible. So with
Open
it
car,
opens
yeah,
up.
I got it. Yeah,
Open
yeah.
car.
Open car.
Oh, I got a good one. I did this in my video. Glamour.
Style. Is it not anything to do with looks?
Yes, it is
Glamour?
to do with looks. It's particularly like women.
No, so like makeup and things like that, is it? Sort of?
No,
No?
you're not gonna get this. It's a curvy woman.
Oh,
A
okay,
glamorous
okay.
woman, but it means curvy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have got that.
Yeah, it's a tough one. That's a tough one. This is called ontect. Here's the hint. It's kind of like related to contact, like this kind of contact.
Okay, so untact, just no contact.
Yeah,
Oh.
right. That's what it means, like no contact.
contact.
So because of like coronavirus,
Yeah.
started to do more like meetings over Zoom and
Okay.
Skype. So it's like unticked to like no contact
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
meeting or something. Yeah, that's all it is. Cool. So what are your impressions of Konglish?
It is interesting because
Yeah.
you hear a lot of English words pronounced obviously in Korean, so you can.
But they're not
somewhat-
exactly the
but
same.
They're never exactly the same.
Yeah.
You can sometimes work it out, sometimes you can't. For someone who doesn't speak Korean well, it's always quite interesting, isn't it?
All right, thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye bye.
I gotta ask, where are you guys from?
England.
Scotland.
Scotland.
England.
You guys living in Korea, correct? Teachers?
Yes.
Solo. Solo. Let me know if you want a hint. All right, here's a hint. I'm so sad because I'm solo.
Alone.
Alone, but more specifically,
Single.
yeah, single. Mama boy.
That's what it sounds like.
Mama's boy. Yeah.
Oh.
Is mama's boy, is that good or bad?
Good.
That's a good thing.
Sometimes. Yeah. Not too much. Depends. Yeah.
Uber.
Wait, what?
Uber.
Uber.
Not Uber. Okay, here's a hint. Man, no one wants to see you sing in the subway. You're too Uber. Uber.
Extra. Like loud.
Extra. I think that's a good.
Extra?
That's a good way to put it.
Like over the top. Extra.
Yeah, over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're showing off. It's just like it's just too much. Yeah.
Extra.
Extra is good. Yeah. Deshi. Deshi.
I've heard that, but I don't
Heard of it.
I feel like I've heard it. Like dash.
Dash. Okay. What do you think that would mean?
Run.
I'll give you guys a hint.
Okay.
You're in the club. You see someone who looks really good. Dash.
Dashing.
Good looking.
Not good looking. Dashing. That's interesting.
Dashing. It sounds like dashing.
Yeah.
Go over.
Okay.
Like talk to them.
Yes. Like make a move.
Okay.
Like dash towards them. Yeah. Agro. Agro.
Ugly.
Not ugly.
I don't know.
Hint. Usually on the internet, I upload a YouTube video and some comments are very like agro.
Oh, like aggressive.
Aggressive.
Like rude. Mean.
Rude, mean, negative. There's a good word we have though in English.
Hate.
It's like a monster. It's a troll.
Troll.
Like you're trolling.
Oh, it
There's
kind
a
of
bunch
sounds like
trolls.
ogre. Yeah, it does.
I think it comes from the word aggro, but we can think of it like troll or like negative comments. You guys got it, yeah. 노답. 노답. 아, 진짜 노답이야. No is English no, and 답 is like answer, like 답장, 대답. So no answer. Ah, no answer.
I don't know.
You think that's what it means? I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. You're not saying you don't know. You're just okay. Here's a bigger hint. Someone says something ridiculous. 아, 진짜 노답이야.
No comment.
Like you're talking nonsense.
Talking nonsense closer. All right, I'll tell you. In English, it would be like, I can't even with you.
I can't even. Okay. Never heard of it.
That's a tough one because it's like a mixture of English and Korean, like no tap. So what do you guys think of like Konglish in general?
Interesting.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
You guys were great. Thank you so much. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Did you enjoy the video? If so, please let me know in the comments down below. I will make more. And once again, I'm Sean, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sean. In this video, I'm going to give you the best resources for learning English. If I were Korean and I were learning English, this is what I would do. So why should you listen to me? Well, I've been living in South Korea for over 8 years now. I was an English teacher for 4 years, and I learned how to speak Korean fluently. 새로운 언어를 배운다는 게 얼마나 어려운 일인지 잘 알고 있습니다. Okay, so in this video, I will talk about listening, speaking, making sentences, and pronunciation. I won't go too much into reading and writing in this video. You can check the timestamps down below in the description to jump around the video. So listening is extremely important to do, probably the most important thing when you're first starting out as a beginner of English. It's really important to get a feel for the rhythm of the language, to hear full sentences spoken by native speakers, and to hear native speaker pronunciation. I mean, think about the way a baby learns a language. The baby doesn't start speaking the day he or she is born, right? They listen for years before they start making sentences. This is true not just for beginners. If you're an intermediate or even advanced learner, listening is still really important. When speaking English, you really want to avoid translating from Korean in your head to English when you speak it. If you translate when speaking, you're going to make really awkward, unnatural sentences, and we want to avoid that. So by listening to a lot of native speakers speak English, you're going to be able to copy the sentences that they're using instead of translating from your head. The first YouTube channel I recommend is called English Conversation. They do really simple role plays and have English subtitles on their videos. You can listen to native speakers speak English very clearly and slowly. Here's an example.
Are you interested in traveling?
Oh, yes. I love traveling. I haven't got much time with the bar and everything, but there are so many places I'd like to visit.
Another channel that has easy to understand role plays that has subtitles on all their videos is Learn English with English 7 Levels. This channel focuses more on British pronunciation, whereas the last one is more American pronunciation. Here's an example.
What do you think, Rebecca? The skirt or the trousers? I can't afford both.
I don't know. How much are they?
The skirt's £28.50. The trousers are a bit more expensive, but not much.
If you find that these are a good level for you, then watch all of the role plays on these channels. I think they speak very slowly and clearly, and they avoid things that are too difficult, like slang, difficult technical words, or politics, anything like that. Here's another bonus channel that also has really good role plays, but sadly they do not have English subtitles on their videos. The channel is called Sandro Borem. Here's a sample.
You have a nice job, Kevin.
Yeah, well, it's not that good. I work hard.
Come on.
No, seriously. I work 10 hours a day, including weekends.
Another channel that I recommend for natural English listening is, of course, my channel. I do tons of street interviews and just have many conversations with people from all around the world. Many of them are native English speakers. I would say, though, that my channel is a bit more difficult than the 3 channels that I just recommended. But my videos are really good because I have Korean and English subtitles for all my videos. And if you sign up for my channel membership, you can watch all of the videos that I upload with just English subtitles, and I offer scripts, both English and Korean scripts for all the videos that I upload for my channel members. Now I want to give you some recommendations for advanced listening. When I say advanced listening, I mean English that uses a lot of slang, references to pop culture, politics. So for advanced listening, I would recommend Conan O'Brien interviews. Conan O'Brien speaks very clearly and he uses a lot of natural expressions and sometimes slang. I definitely recommend him for listening practice. Jimmy Kimmel is another late night host who speaks very clearly and uses a lot of slang, natural expressions, and humor. Both of them are Americans and they speak American English. I will link their channels down below. Also, I highly recommend Netflix for advanced English listening. Most of the series on Netflix give you the option to turn off Korean subtitles and to watch the series with only English subtitles, which is what I would definitely recommend for listening practice. Also, some people like to watch an episode with Korean subtitles at first, then they watch it again with English subtitles. This is also a really good method to improve your English comprehension. Some of my favorite shows on Netflix are Queen's Gambit, Seinfeld, and Haunted. Now we get to speaking. So how can you improve your English speaking? We are actually very lucky because we have access to lots of really good smartphone apps that are great for speaking. 3 of my favorite are Hellotalk, Speak, and Hilokal. So Hellotalk is fantastic because you can post questions or moments. If you have any questions about vocabulary or grammar, you can just upload your question and give example sentences, and native speakers will correct your sentences. You can also chat one-on-one with all types of users who are learning different languages. If you're learning English, of course, you would want to chat with native speakers of English. You can also call people on this app without sharing your phone number. This is a great app for finding a consistent language partner. So that's Hellotalk. Next we have Speak. This is a great app that I actually recently did a video for. They have amazing AI teachers that you can role play and chat with. This app will correct your sentences real time, and the app offers tons of lessons as well. This really is an incredible app for speaking. Click here to learn more about Speak. Next, we have Hilokal. This app is great because they offer speaking tables that you can join, and many of the tables are led by an English teacher. Every table has a different topic, and you can easily find the right topic and level for you. This app is like attending a language meetup in app form. I highly recommend this app. Definitely try it out. Hilokal. Lastly, I'm actually running online speaking classes these days where we meet and we play board games in English. This is a 2-hour class where we do lots of English speaking activities and games. Throughout the class, I'm taking notes and writing feedback for each and every student. This includes awkward sentences, unnatural pronunciation, or other mistakes that they're making when speaking. After the class, I email every single student feedback and notes that I took during the class. So far, people are loving this class. If you're interested, sign up with the link down below. Okay, so that's speaking. In terms of practicing making natural sentences, I have 2 recommendations. My first recommendation is the YouTube channel Live Academy. Usually, I don't recommend English education channels that are taught in Korean, but he mixes in a lot of English in his lessons and explains really useful phrases and slang that native speakers use and shows you how to make sentences with them. My girlfriend finds this channel to be very useful. Definitely check it out. The next tip I have for making sentences is to journal. Write an English journal every day or at least a few days a week. It can be simple about what you did that day or about a certain topic. After that, you can upload it on Hellotalk or send it to a native speaker to correct your mistakes. If you can get someone to correct your journals regularly, you will improve very quickly. If you can't get someone to check your journals though, try out the website Grammarly. It might not be as good as a human teacher, but if you copy and paste your English sentences into Grammarly, it will show you some of the mistakes you are making. I highly recommend Grammarly because it's free and all you have to do is just copy and paste. Finally, for pronunciation, I highly recommend a website called Caption. This website is fantastic for shadowing. You can find a YouTube channel, then loop certain sections of the video and repeat them. Let me show you how to use Caption.
들어가는 사람 입장에선 지천에 깔린 남자애들이 다 적인 거야.
들어가는 사람 입장에서 지천에 깔린 남자들이 다 적인 거야.
들어가는 사람 입장에선 지천에 깔린 남자애들이 다 적인 거야.
들어가는 사람 입장에선 지천에 깔린 남자들이 다 적인 거야. Just keep doing this over and over. And once it gets boring, just find another sentence in the YouTube video. You can find many YouTube videos here. Just pick one where the person speaks very clearly, but they speak naturally, right? You want to shadow people who are speaking naturally to get that rhythm, to get that pronunciation and intonation, right? If you do this for a few hours a week, your pronunciation will improve dramatically. Okay, so these are my recommendations. Definitely try to incorporate at least some of them, if not all of them. I guarantee that your English will improve dramatically if you do these things consistently. Also, if I missed something in this video that you find to be very useful, it's not because I don't think that thing is useful, it's just I couldn't fit everything in just one video. So if you find something to be useful, let me know down in the comment section. All right guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, all the links for everything I mentioned in this video will be down in the description. Once again, I'm Sean, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sean. So, as many people know, South Koreans spend a ton of money on English education. I've also taught English here in South Korea to elementary school students and adults for many years. So I started to think there are many non-native English-speaking countries who have a high level of English fluency. What are they doing in their education system that is so effective? Is there a cultural component to this? So in this video, I interviewed 4 people from countries with a high level of English fluency. We have Bart from the Netherlands, Shane from the Philippines, Sujung from Hong Kong, and Carl from Malaysia. I asked all of them about their experience learning English in their countries and why they think people from their country speak English so well. You might be thinking now, the Philippines and Hong Kong recognize English as an official language. Of course they speak English well there. In reality though, you can't make that conclusion because there's actually many countries that recognize English as an official language, including Rwanda, Cameroon, Pakistan, Tanzania, and India, but all of these countries on average have a low level of proficiency. So having English as an official government language does not guarantee fluency on a national level. This was a very interesting video to make, and I think we can all learn something from these countries. Without further ado, let's begin. Hello, how's it going? What's your name and where are you from?
I'm doing good. My name is Bart and I'm from the Netherlands.
I'm Sujung and I'm from Hong Kong.
Hi, my name is Shane and I'm from the Philippines.
My name is Khalid from Malaysia.
So how similar are English and Dutch?
Super similar.
Yeah.
We're part of the Western Germanic linguistic family. That means that we're quite similar to English and a lot of our vocabulary have the same roots. So they're written the same way, sometimes even pronounced the same way. So as a non-English speaker and you hear Dutch and English, it might take a second for you to understand which language you are hearing.
Yeah. How similar is Cantonese to English?
Wow, I would say it's totally different because the word order is different, like the subject, the object. Cantonese is more similar with Korean than English.
How similar is Filipino to English?
Very different.
Okay.
Yeah, they are very different.
Yeah.
The structure, the words, everything, it's basically nothing's the same, I don't think. Okay, so for English, right, it's like...
I love pizza.
Yeah, I love pizza. So in Filipino, love I pizza.
Love I pizza. So verb, subject,
and object.
Interesting. How similar is Malay to English?
It's very similar to the
I
grammar.
eat pizza.
Yeah, I eat pizza. So saya makan pizza. Maybe for Malaysia, because the grammar is likely similar, then we have motivation to learn and speak English.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Can you give me some words in Dutch that you think are really similar to English?
Oh, okay. Number one, water.
Water.
Yes. Yacht.
Yacht?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wasmachine.
Washing machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apple.
Apple.
Yes. Plant.
Plant.
Yes. Lump.
Like a lump on my arm?
No.
Lamp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last one. Stop.
It means go. No, it means stop.
Yes. Okay, the very last one. Discriminatie.
Discrimination.
Yeah.
People around you, where you're from in Hong Kong, how well do they speak English? Do most people speak English?
Almost 100% of my friends can speak English.
Wow.
English is a must in school. Because in Hong Kong, in order to graduate from high school, you have to pass certain standards.
All of my friends are fluent in English. Like I would say we are all fluent in English because we receive our education mostly in English. But in terms of just like a casual conversation and stuff, we just prefer to speak Filipino just because it's, I don't know, more casual. It feels more casual.
Interesting.
Yeah.
In Malaysia, we have a few different races.
Okay.
Malay, Indian, Chinese, and the other races. So we are multicultural country. But in my region, almost 100% all are from Malay. So we don't really speak in English at all. Okay. So we learn English only at school.
Yeah.
But for those people in the big city, they are mixed. They need to interact with the other races as well.
Sure.
Like for Malay, we are not fluent in Chinese or Indian.
Yeah.
So the medium of the language is English. So those people in big city, they are more fluent than me in speaking English. Yeah.
It's never rude as a traveler in the Netherlands to speak or approach people in English. Because there's a 9 out of 10 chance that they speak English.
Yeah.
It's normal. It's okay. I think all my friends are at a similar level.
Yeah.
I think my family is below average.
Really?
But they speak English well enough so they can communicate with my wife. Because she's Korean, right? And they have to communicate in English. I have one sister, though, who doesn't speak English.
Okay. Why do you think that is?
Interest.
Yeah.
Just the lifestyle too, no foreign friends. Many reasons, but she's the only Dutch person I know who doesn't speak English.
So it seems like the younger generations are becoming more and more comfortable with English.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
We have most of our subjects in English, except for subjects that are supposed to be in Filipino, like a Filipino language class or like history of the Philippines. As soon as you enter school, like the children's books or whatever, they're usually in English. Like they do use both English and Filipino. But like now, I think they're putting too much focus on English a little bit. But for me personally, I think it was effective for me.
First of all, basic education. Now they teach a lot of classes in English. So math, geography, history. And it starts in elementary schools. A lot of schools have 50% of their classes in English. We're a small country. We do a lot of trade abroad.
Yeah.
We don't dub movies. We hate that.
You just watch movies in English.
In English, yes, with Dutch subtitles. Because also the main reason is, of course, that it's quite similar to English.
You think so?
So
Yeah.
it takes less effort for a Dutch person to study.
We have two kind of high school. The one is Chinese high school and the one is English high school.
Yeah.
So in the English high school, all the subject like English, like math, biology, and
Yeah.
other thing, the teacher will teach in English.
Is that the one you went to?
Yeah. In that environment, you have to speak.
It's a lot of foreigners in the big city. So if you want to work, the media of communication all English. You have to speak in English in order to get a job. So it means you have the motivation. So okay, I have to learn English. If not, I can't get a job.
Can't make money.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. That's true.
Would you say that there's kind of a cultural expectation in the Netherlands for people to learn English? Or people kind of look down upon if they don't study English?
No. People don't really
judge each other.
Not as strong as in Korea, I would say.
Oh, okay.
I think I can make that comparison because here there's quite a really strong competitive educational environment, right? In the Netherlands, it's more about do whatever you want to do. If you think that you don't need English and you didn't study English and your English sucks, that's your life, right? But we can't go do fun things abroad. We can't go travel together. It's going to be difficult.
Right.
Malaysia, we are very familiar with the British.
Uh-huh.
We have a long history with the British.
Yeah.
Like even the government, even in the education, they stress you have to speak English. If not, you can't really go beyond the Malaysia, beyond the border.
Yeah.
In order to be success, you have to speak English. That's our mindset.
English is a must in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Even in school or after you graduate, you work in a certain company, all the paperwork is in English.
Yeah.
And as you say, Hong Kong is, I'm not sure it is or was an international city. So a lot of foreigners work in Hong Kong and we do have a lot of chance to use English.
I think the basis for it is globalization, of course.
You want to be competitive.
Yeah. A lot of people think that knowing English is like equals becoming more competitive even in like Filipino society, which is actually kind of sad too, because a lot of parents like are increasingly talking to their kids in English. There are a lot of cases where kids these days have trouble speaking Filipino and they have to take like supplementary like Filipino classes these days.
Okay, but you're also an interesting case too because you're half Korean.
Yeah.
Your father's Korean.
Yes.
Mother's Filipina.
Yes.
So what was that like? You grew up speaking two languages, English and Filipino, because your father, I guess he's Korean, he speaks English to your mother?
Yeah.
And your mom responds in English?
English, yeah. Growing up bilingual in the Philippines is basically what everybody does.
Common.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it wasn't anything different from like my other peers. Yeah, it just kind of got a little complicated when I started studying Korean.
I think native speakers are so privileged. And, I mean it in the kindest way possible, of course. You don't realize how much extra time
Here it comes.
people have to invest in learning a second language or third language.
I realize because I've studied a lot of Korean, but I know what you're saying. Like
it's not obvious for many people.
Yeah.
I think there was this one case in Busan where they were like, "Oh, we're gonna start teaching in English" or something like that, and then protests like started happening.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think,
when was this?
It was like sometime last year. I forgot when though. But, yeah, it was pretty recent.
So they're trying to start doing what the Philippines are doing.
Yeah.
Teaching class in English.
Yeah.
People didn't like that.
Yeah.
Because they're thinking, oh, you know what? They're gonna forget their native
Korean.
language.
Yeah, exactly.
Like even in Korea it's different.
Yeah.
Even though if you don't speak English, you can just apply for very the prestigious Sky University as well, right?
True.
You don't really need English to apply for the science subject for the non-English related major.
Yeah.
For the best university. But in Malaysia, if you want to go to the best university, you have to show you have a capability to speak in English or at least have a good level of English.
Yeah.
If not, you can't do anything.
For Koreans, right, they still take all of their subjects in Korean except English.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like they study English in a very textbook manner.
Yeah.
Memorization and then spitting it out and stuff like that. But the difference in the Philippines is we just use English in school, and then the Filipino comes in like when we're hanging out with friends or just like casual stuff, right? So I think English and Filipino are completely integrated in society, but in like two different ways.
Interesting.
Yeah, so like in Korea, I feel like it's kind of forced, like the English education. That's why Koreans are kind of like, they know English, but like not really.
Amazing, Shane. Everybody, Shane Hong, follow her on YouTube. All right, guys. See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Definitely check out Bart's channel, I Go Bart. I'll link it in the description. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye. All right.
Okay.
See you later.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, I'm Sean, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sean. So, as many people know, South Koreans spend a lot of time and resources on English education. Recently, I did a video going around Seoul, seeing how well foreigners in Seoul speak Korean. So in this video, I'm going to go around Seoul and see how well Koreans speak English. So I went into the streets holding a sign that says, Free English Test. I made sure to let everyone know that I would be evaluating how well they speak English.
영상 콘셉트인데 평가해도 돼요?
당연하죠.
Okay.
I talked to people with various skill levels, and suffice to say, this was a very interesting survey. Also, I want to say thank you to the sponsor of this video, Speak. Speak is a fantastic app for learning English where you can chat one-on-one with a really advanced AI English tutor. More about Speak later. Without further ado, let's begin. How are you doing today?
It's freezing cold, so I'm good today. Yeah, I had a date with my girlfriend just before.
Oh yeah? So
Yeah.
what did you do on your date?
We just had our lunch. We had Japanese food, tonkatsu.
Oh, can I ask, why are you studying English? I think you speak pretty well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Korean males must go to army, so when I speak English well, I can make myself more easy life in army.
You can get a better position.
Yeah, a better position.
If you can't speak English very well in the army, do you have to do harder things?
Actually, it's not harder, but it's common thing. But common is hard.
It is so cold outside.
Yeah.
We have to come under here in the subway, but it's better here, I think, right?
Yeah, it's way better.
If you could be a woman for one day, just to see what it's like, or be an animal for one day, just to see what it's like, what would you choose?
I would choose a woman.
Why?
Because I'm just curious about it, but I don't think I will feel good if I'm an animal. Because I could born in zoo or in wilds. Like both is very hard, I think.
You don't want to live in the zoo?
Yeah.
Paradise, no?
We can't see the whole world inside. If I'm in a zoo, I can just play with my friends only and just take the foods from the
But it's just one day.
But I think I want to know how women lives and their lifestyle and their mindsets, sort of things. So I would choose a woman.
Great. So imagine that you have a son or a daughter and they're in school and they get into a fight with a friend at school. But the friend keeps trying to, bully them and bother them. Would you try to fix the problem yourself, or would you try to teach your child how to fix the problem?
I think I can't change the society. I would rather just say to my daughter or son, it's okay, or this sort of thing. When the school is over, that will be nothing. It separated things in your future.
But for your child in that moment, it feels like forever, right?
Yeah, actually, I think there is no answer to this because there are still these kind of problems in Korea
all the
already.
time.
So
not just
I
Korea.
Think there's no perfect solution about this one. So
thank you so much, sir. Andy, right?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi.
Yes, yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. And you?
I'm pretty good. Busy. So, what's your hobby? What do you like to do for fun?
I went singing room, karaoke, and singing.
Yeah. Does that feel good?
Very good.
Yeah?
Very good.
Helps you to relieve the stress?
Yes. Punches.
What's your favorite season?
Fall.
You like fall? Why?
Because not too cold and not too hot.
Yeah, true. So fall is better than spring?
Yes, but spring is 가을이 시원해서 좋아요.
So you like cool weather?
Yes.
So what do you do for work?
My job is marketing.
Yeah.
SNS 관리.
Yeah, managing.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
Nice. Do you like your job?
So.
Is it hard?
Not too hard. 가끔 very busy.
Yeah, sometimes a little busy.
Oh yes. 익숙해지다?
I'm used to it.
Used to it?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. So maybe at first it was hard, but now it's okay.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You got used to it. Who is your best friend?
Ginny.
Ginny, and why do you like her?
When I meet her, my mind is so free and comfortable.
Yeah.
That's good.
Nice. 오늘 도와주셔서 너무 감사합니다.
저도 너무 재밌었습니다.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Hey, how's it going? What's your name?
Hi, I'm Nahyun. Nice to meet you in person.
Yeah, you're a YouTuber. I know you. Yeah. We just ran into each other and I said, why not interview you?
Yeah, we bump into each other.
So, what do you do for work?
I actually work for Amazon Korea. It's been a year since I've joined the company. And before that, I used to work at Google.
You speak English so well. I guess, did you like live abroad or did you go to school in Korea or what was that like?
I went to high school and university in the States.
Yeah.
But I lived in Korea up until I was 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say there's a lot of people in Korea like you who kind of live and go to school abroad?
Like 유학생?
Yeah.
Yeah, international students a lot, I think.
What do you do in your free time?
I think I binge watch Netflix a lot.
Oh.
And also maybe watch YouTube, drinking.
Yeah. Just like a normal young person.
Right.
Yeah.
Z세대. Gen Z.
Are you Gen Z?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? I'm old. I'm a millennial. Okay. What do you think the best tool for self-development is?
I'm very people-oriented. So for me, I always find a mentor that I can get advice or ask an opinion for.
Love that.
I don't know, if you're alone thinking about your future or your, what is it, 고민?
Your worries or your...
Yeah. Then you might not get a best outcome.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of mentors?
I do have. I actually have different type of mentors.
All right.
Like for relationship wise, I have different only, and for career, I have people at work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really good to have like different people giving me different advices.
People who are already manleb. And you can, you know, ask them for advice.
Mm-hmm.
If you could be a man for a day or an animal for a day, what would you choose to be?
I definitely want to be a man because I'm living as a girl right now. So I want to experience how life would be living as a guy. Because I feel like we put makeup on.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, do hair all the time. So
every day, right?
Yeah, every day, every morning. So I guess that's gonna be more convenient.
Would you rather confess to cheating on your partner, or would you rather have to hear your partner confess that they cheated on you?
Oh no, I want to hear them cheating on me.
Oh wow.
Because I would never cheat.
That's what they all say.
Yeah.
All right, anything else you want to say? If not, that's fine.
Thank you for watching.
All right, see you guys. Bye. Hi, how's it going?
I'm fine.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food is risotto.
Risotto.
Or pasta. Yeah.
Are you good at cooking? Do you like to cook risotto?
I'm terrible.
You're terrible at cooking.
I'm really terrible, yeah. I'm trying, but I'm not good at it, yeah.
Okay, that's okay. What's the best way for a single person to meet someone?
Oh, I like to know, really.
You like to know? Yeah. I'm not single, so I don't know either. But yeah.
So tell me.
Tell you? I guess the question is now on me. These days, a lot of young Korean people use these like apps, I think, right?
Like Tinder?
Yeah, I think Tinder or like Meef, going to bars, festivals, yeah.
I gone festival, but no one asked me phone number or date.
That's okay. Don't worry about them. Someone will. Or you can ask them. Yeah.
I will try.
What's your ideal type?
Oh, my type is sweet guy. Handsome, tall, of course. I know my standard is high, but I deserve that.
Oh, let's go. Yes, you deserve it. You will find him. You will find him. Should cheating be illegal?
I don't think so.
Why not?
It's a bad thing. But
it's a bad thing.
It's bad behavior. You could be hurt someone who love you. Why would you want to do? I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah, but you don't think it should be illegal?
Yeah.
How about cursing at someone? Should that be illegal?
How about you? I don't know.
I don't think cursing should be illegal, and I don't think cheating should be illegal because I think these are bad things. I don't think the government should come in and make a law or make it illegal and make someone go to jail because of that. I think that's too much.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think Korea is a good place to travel?
I think
for
so.
people to come here?
Yeah.
Why do you think it's a good place to visit?
Korea is safe, so wherever you go, anywhere, so there is safe and some people is kind. Yeah, really.
Yes. Do you have any questions for me?
How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
30 or 40?
30 or 40?
30, yeah. No?
Alright. I'm 32 in US age.
I was right.
Similar, but I'm not 40.
That's great.
I'm 40.
Sorry.
It's okay. Nice job. Alright. Bye-bye. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Just the weather is so cold.
I think Seoul is like colder than Russia.
It could be. I don't know.
Actually, we are friends, but I'm going to interview you anyway because you're Korean and you live in Seoul.
I'm qualified.
Yes, you're.
Okay.
It's okay. So, what are you doing these days? Are you working?
I'm making like YouTube videos right now.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Just like pranking people on the streets.
Yeah.
Or like on the campus.
Okay. Would you rather always be 20 minutes early or always be 10 minutes late?
Obviously early.
Oh.
I don't want to be late.
Why?
In any ways, because I'm like a planning kind of guy. So if someone is late when we have to meet, then it also pisses me off.
Yeah.
So I would rather be early than late.
Would you rather spend 5 years in jail or 10 years in a coma just to sleep?
Oof. When you're in coma, you have no experience.
Yeah.
So I think when you're in a jail, you're still alive. That means so I can do like kind of like a rehab, and afterwards I'll be learn something. So I think with that I could live better.
You gotta read books and exercise
and learning something.
What about like the danger? There's dangerous people in jail. They might take a knife and stab you.
That's true, but
you'd be completely safe in a coma.
When I'm in a coma, but I cannot feel at all.
Yeah, you just wake up and you're 10 years older.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
You don't know how the world has been changed.
Right.
And stuff like that. So
yeah.
I think I'll be rather in a jail and learn something.
Yeah.
I would not think about the bad situations.
Okay. Good answer. Good answer.
Thank you.
All right, Julian. Really nice job today. Any other questions, comments, wishes, hopes, dreams?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Well said.
All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Did you enjoy this video? If so, please let me know in the comments down below. Once again, I'm Sean, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. 외국인이 한국에 와서 바뀐 습관 3.
Always try to make my voice a little cute. 안녕하세요. You have to be very fast because the buses do not stop. I completely changed how I dress just because the stares, I already get stared at enough. I don't want more. I went to visit the States after being here for only a year and I was bowing to everyone when I went and visited. I was like, hi mom, hello.
I think like in the US you say yeah or yes, like in Korea they go oh. So I respond to questions that way.
In the restaurant, for calling the waiters, we have to shout like 아주머니, 여기요. So I usually leave my bag somewhere, like in restaurants. I leave it at the table, and when I come back, they're still there.
No one steals it here.
Don't do it easily. Being quiet on the subways, being quiet on the buses, and learning when correct time to be a little more silent.
외국인이 한국인과 데이트하면
Korean women take more care about themselves, I think.
Like makeup, hair, and perfume. Yeah.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah,
of course. They don't take serious Korean girls.
Sometimes, but we don't like bad boys. Like
when you do 소개팅, 3번 만났으면 you have to say whether you want a relationship or not.
I also feel like, dating in Korea, I feel like there's a time window.
First of all, communication was the tricky part. I can't get mad at him right away. It's actually working out really well because I have to slow down, clearly communicate all my feelings.
They understand that we can speak Korean. They try to speak in English. Boys, I think it starts from 18 to 24. They don't want a serious relationship.
One thing that caught me off guard was the whole egg-yo. It appeals to a lot of Korean dudes, but we're not used to it, so it can be much sometimes, I think. No matter any country you go, you're gonna meet different types of people.
That's the truth.
Always positive. Korean girls are pretty, so it's always good.
외국인들이 한국에 와서 느낀 문화 차이.
In our culture, we like do the cheek-to-cheek kiss to greet people, and here I didn't realize that. I'm just like trying. People are like, "Oh no," and I'm like, "Oh wait, I'm sorry."
They're really shocked.
Yeah, but yeah, I learned pretty quick.
The other thing is kind of Brooklyn, the bro hug.
Korean friends are not used to that.
They're like, "Wait, what are you doing? You touching me?"
Kiss between two men, it's no problem.
Between two men?
Yeah, it's friendly.
But in Korea, no, it's not normal.
How did your Korean friends react when that happened?
What did you do?
And we say hi to everybody, so anytime we run across someone, we want to wave to them or say hi, and of course they look at us like, what are you doing?
Because it's a different culture here.
Yeah, it's a different culture, but they're still very nice, incredibly nice and respectful people.
Tipping.
Oh, you tried to tip here?
Not here at the festival, but when we first got here, tried to give our money.
At the restaurant or where?
Restaurant, haircuts, it's like, hey, thanks for a nice haircut. It's like, what are you doing?